Hello, everybody. This is John Carlo here. Hope everybody's having a great Wednesday. I will be getting started shortly. I'm just gonna finish setting everything up for myself, and we'll also allow the last few people that were registered to attend to funnel in. So just give it like another minute or so, and then we'll be good to go. While we wait, can somebody send a message in the chat to let me know if you can hear me or not? I want to make sure that my mic is working properly and that you guys can hear me. Awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much. Well, I guess we can get started now since it looks like everybody that wanted to be here is going to be here. So we'll get this going forward. So as usual, derivatives trading carries a high degree of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Past performance is not indicative of future results. So what do we got on the agenda for today? I plan on going through an intro of EdgeProX for the people that don't know, what EdgeProX is. I plan on going through an intro of EdgeClear just in case you guys don't know who we are. Planned on, and then going through how to connect to Rithmic, and then as well as how to use our Trader Gateway and what you would use that for. And then as usual, I have a Q&A that's at the end of the webinar that I'll do. And if you guys have questions during the webinar, you can just send them in the chat and I'll answer those at a relevant time. So what is EdgeProX? EdgeProX is an all-in-one solution for active traders. It's got MBO capabilities, volume profile, and TPOs. It's got native order flow tools such as with an additional function, fully functional 300 plus studies and indicators. Indicator layering, it's native to Windows, macOS, and Linux. It runs on Rithmic, CPG, or IQFeed. All these features are available for the low price of $34.99 per month. That price does not include the data as well. So $34.99 for the platform and then extra cost for the data. What does EdgeProX offer? We have the heat map, volume imprint, volume profiling, TPO and market profiling, advanced DOM, simulated trading, replay mode, cross-instrument trading, cloud levels, EdgePro line. The EdgePro line is our own. It's a theoretical average for entries and exits. We developed this tool into EdgeProX. OHLC lines, time and sales, 300 plus built-in studies and indicators, like I mentioned. Who is EdgeClear and what are we? So we're an independent futures brokerage. We're created by traders for traders. All the people here have traded before, including myself. We have an award-winning team, multiple clearing relationships at Phillip Capital, Dorman, and Ironbeam. We have an experienced team and founder, Future Trader 71, continuously innovating and building, and we're trader inspired here. So let's just get right into what we're all here for. So I'm going to pull up RTPro right now. RTPro is the tool that you'll need in order to get started with this. So if you don't have this available, I recommend going to our website and you can download that on our website. So here, let me get this. Okay, drag this over. Cool. So let's bring that here. All right, so I'll bring this up here. So once you select on the RTPro, this little screen here that you see is going to pop up. You're going to want to type in your username and password. So if you were to fill out a demo of EdgeProX, you would get emailed these user IDs and password. And if you were to sign up for a demo, you would obviously be using a paper trading system. So if you click the drop down, you'll see there's other systems you can connect to. If you were using the live version, so for those that have an account at EdgeClear, you want to be using Rithmic 01. And then the gateway, that's going to vary depending on your location. I typically recommend people just connecting to Chicago area because this is the one that from my experiences worked the best. But if you're located in Europe, you can connect to the Europe server. I don't know, I haven't done any testing on what server is the best per the location of the user. But since I'm located in Chicago at the Board of Trade, might as well just click Chicago area for me. So this will be paper trading since we're connecting to the demo. And so you want your user ID and password to be the same at the top as it is at the bottom as well. So you'd want these two to be the exact same. System, gateway, everything should be exactly the same. We're going to have aggregated quotes turned off. And the last thing that you want to have turned on is allow plugins. So the reason I can explain why this will be turned on in a second. So once we connect, I'm going to bring this over here. So we'll connect to that. And once you connect to that, you'll see your Rithmic. It'll pop up and you'll see that available now. So I can show you what that screen would look like in a second. But after you connect to the Rithmic server, and you have the allow plugins available, the next thing you're going to want to do is, let's see if we can, cool. So then I'll bring this over here. So you have this screen that pops up when you're connecting your EdgeProX. If this is the first time you're connecting EdgeProX, what you'll do is you'll head to Options, Workspaces, and then we'll create a new workspace. So new workspace, and we'll call it Plugin Test. The location, this is going to be dependent on what you prefer. So just for everybody's knowledge sake, the information that you select when you select local disk, the information that is done within this workspace is stored locally on your desktop. Where if you were to select the EdgeProX Cloud or EdgeProX Cloud, it's going to be served on a server where instead of on your local machine, and that's up to you where you want to keep this information. If you don't want it, this information that you're doing to be on your machine, you can instead put it onto the cloud. So another key point to note is the connections to EdgeClear and the data services are managed through the workspaces. And so each workspace is a separate instance of EdgeProX and contains its own local database. So all the data, settings, analyses are separate between each workspace. That's a key point to make sure you note. The service is going to be EdgeClear Rithmic. And so then I had a question that was asking, what is the difference between non-aggregated and aggregated quotes? So non-aggregated quotes means that when the data is being pulsed into the platform, it's not being merged together from multiple time frames. It's one pulse. It's a pulse per millisecond. Other brokerages will merge the data and pulse it into the platform at for an example, a quarter millisecond basis. So the platform's being fed data on a quarter millisecond basis. EdgeProX, if you select non-aggregated quotes, is going to receive data on a per millisecond basis. So it's directly from the exchange. It's non-aggregated. It's coming at a per millisecond basis, as I said. So relative to 4 times a second, it's 1,000 times a second. So, but for our example, since I selected allow plugins, I want to use the RTPro gateway for that. So allowing plugins, what this does for the user, and I can go to the next slide now and talk about why you'd use plugin and what this means and how to do it. So the reason you would use plugin mode is if you have a Rithmic data feed, what that does is it allows you to connect multiple platforms at once without paying extra for the API fee or data. So it allows you to have one connection, but multiple different feeds or platforms. So if I want to connect EdgeProX and, as an example, Bookmap at the same time, if I had a CQG connection, this wouldn't be possible. I would have to pay multiple connections. So I'd have to pay per platform that I have, and I'd have to fund data into each platform. So this is one of the benefits to using a Rithmic connection is you're able to connect multiple platforms at once while without having to pay more for this data. So now we'll just create the workspace. And this is, if you're using EdgeProX, this is not necessary to type in your username here. You can just create the workspace and it'll create for itself. Close this, we'll go here. And now what you'll do is you'll plug in the same credentials that you used in RTPro. Once you connect there, it should log you in perfectly fine. If not, there could be an error with signing the agreements. So if you use Rithmic, you need to head over to a website. I can actually show you what this website is so that everybody can see it. So let's go to that website. So is the website you'll need to head to. It's rithmic.com/rag_paper.html. This is the website where you'll put in your username and credentials, username and password to log in and sign these Rithmic agreements. These need to be done in order to access the information in order to access any information with Rithmic. But I don't know if there's any questions regarding anything that I went over. So if there's any questions about Rithmic, please, or about plugin mode as well, just please let me know and type that into the chat. But let's go. Cool. No, it's not required to use the plugin mode if you want to connect to EdgeProX. It's a good question. So the plugin mode is simply only if you want to use more than one platform. So some users want to use more than one platform, for example, IRT and EdgeProX, or IRT, Bookmap, and EdgeProX, all those different types of combinations. But if you're just using EdgeProX, no, you do not need to use the plugin mode. So if there's any other questions from anybody, feel free to put those in the chat. But I'm going to head to the questions. So I'm going to log into my EdgeProX now and answer some of these questions that were asked of me. So give me 1 second here. Cool. All right. Let's get that there. Oops. There we go. So one of the first questions is using RTPro now, would like to learn about placing orders from the charts. So for this person, are you referring to submitting orders in the charts in RTPro or submitting orders in the chart via EdgeProX? Because in EdgeProX, all you would need to do is you would need to head over to configure, preferences, head over to orders at the top here. So I'll do that again. So you had to configure, preferences, orders, and make sure price access trading is enabled. I like to have this switched to double click for auto submit. This allows me to not accidentally place orders from adjusting the axes. So if I apply and hit OK, if I select one time, it's not going to place an order. But if I select twice, it'll place an order for me. And as you can see here, I got a limit order floated out. And we can adjust this to go up, down, whatever it may be. So we'll leave that order there and we'll see what happens with that. But nonetheless, though, that is how you'd place orders in the EdgeProX chart. Next here, sorry. There we go. Can you set up a volume profile on Rithmic? If so, how? RTPro is not a sophisticated charting software. And I do not believe they offer volume profiling tools or any sort of market profiling tools. I know they have a very basic charting system with very basic indicators. Anything more complex would need to be in a platform like EdgeProX or more advanced platform. But as far as I'm aware, RTPro does not offer volume profile tools. Does EdgeProX include the speed of tape indicator? Yes, EdgeProX does have a speed of tape indicator. To access this tool, I have it up and running here. Ooh, I thought I did, but anyways, if you just hit Control T, type in speed of tape, you can see we have two. One is the speed of tape and the other is the speed gauge. And then you can see here, speed of tape comes here at the bottom. Not too familiar with what this tool does or how it works. I've never seen it, but I do know we offer it. We have this here where it says it displays the number of ticks that have occurred in the last interval. Signals may be generated using specific values of an auto filter. So if you use this indicator, this is how you would access it. But heading back here, how can I create a market profile for extended trading hours and regular trading hours, but simultaneously see the split and merge TPO profile for each session? So if you head to the EdgeProX TPO at the bottom here, we can adjust. Let's go like so. You can head to the setting, go to all settings, and you'll see on the display tab, there's a section that says split regular and extended trading session. You can split that, and this will show the split of the difference between the extended and regular trading sessions. So this is a merged profile of the extended and regular trading session. And the other thing that needs to be done is this needs to be switched to ESH2. So now you can see here, we can see that this is the extended or regular, and then this is extended. And so it creates two profiles. So that's how you would set that set that style of TPO up for the traders that wanted to know how to do that. So somebody asked in the chat, I can briefly go through this really quickly, but I believe we have other videos on how to set up brackets. And for those that are new to these sessions and videos, feel free to check out the YouTube. So these are all recorded and we put them on our YouTube channel, EdgeClear. So you can just type in EdgeClear in the YouTube search, and you'll get a array of different videos that we've done from the past that I've recorded myself on different sorts of how-tos. So bracket orders, you would simply just go into here, the DOM preferences, head over to the drop-down arrow, exit strategies, and then here's where you can configure different bracket strategies. So you just click add, and now you have the ability to create your own bracket strategies in here. And so you can go ahead and configure this to be what you would like it to be. So hope that helps though. So is there any other questions on Rithmic or EdgeProX? Want to make sure that I answer anybody's questions prior to ending the webinar, but I'll let anybody any other questions funnel in. But in the meantime, if I didn't answer your questions, you can visit our knowledge base at support.edgeclear.com. We also have like I mentioned, a YouTube channel, so youtube.com/edgeclear. You can head there, and that is going to be in the area where you'll view these recorded videos if I was too fast, or if you'd like to use this as a resource for your learning of EdgeProX, you can head there and that would help use that. But feel free to email us at edgeprox@edgeclear.com, and one of the associates here will be able to help you. Call in too if that works better for you. 773-832-8320. And if you are new to EdgeClear and you're looking for an account, feel free to email me directly. This is my information here. If you like what you see here and you are looking to open up an account, I'd love to help anybody out. So feel free to call me or email me directly, and I'd be able to help set you up with what you're looking for. So there's no other questions, and I guess we can end this. And if I missed anything, just feel free to send me an email, and I'd be happy to help. Have a great day, everybody.